Kethra Vey whispered. Va Keth, her father's name slipping out like a forbidden prayer. Wind tugged at her vigil robes on the high balcony. Torches flickered below, casting shadows over the gathered court. She gripped the stone railing. The anniversary of his assassination demanded this ritual. Solitude amid witnesses. A human shadow detached from the alcove behind her. Sergeant Tomas Rourke, her assigned guard. He stood silent, eyes scanning the plaza far below. She straightened. Protocol allowed no interruption, yet his presence grounded her. A sharp crack split the night. Kethra Va spun toward the sound. Pain bloomed in her chest, or it should have. Rourke lunged. His body slammed between her and the balcony edge. Fabric tore. He grunted as something thudded into his shoulder. The plaza erupted. Shouts rose from palace guards. Acolyte Miran rushed from the archway, her translator beads clinking. Majesty. Shoot her in the east tower! Kethra Va dropped to her knees beside Rourke. Blood seeped through his uniform, human blood. Thicker, redder than hers. He pressed a hand to the wound, eyes locked on the threat below. Clear, he said, voice steady. No panic. Just assessment. Captain Eric stormed onto the balcony, blade drawn. His squad followed. Rifles raised. Secure the queen. Human. Down. Rourke waved them off with his good arm. Perp's east tower, 3rd level. Moving south. Eric's ignored him. Grabbed Rourke's collar, hauled him up. You match the icon. The assassin's face from the royal mosaic. Kethra Va blinked. The mosaic? Her father's killer. A grainy hollow image. Scarred human features etched in warning stone. Rourke's face. Broad jaw. Steady gaze. The same. Guards piled on. They wrenched Rourke's arms behind him. Cuffs snapped shut. Eric snarled. Imposter! How did a human duplicate get palace clearance? Rourke didn't resist. Just shifted to keep pressure on his wound. Blood dripped onto the tiles. Stop! Kethra Va surged to her feet. Her voice cracked like the shot. Release him. Now. Irix hesitated. His scales flushed challenge red. Majesty, this one bears the mark of Baketh's killer. Chancellor Savale confirmed the match hours ago. Savale emerged from the shadows, robes impeccable. His eyes gleamed with calculated concern. The human's assignment coincided with the vigil. Too perfect. He positioned himself for the shot. Miran knelt by Kethra Va, whispering, the human's facial scans are imprecise to our archives. But the court sees conspiracy. Kethra Va shoved past them. She planted herself between Rourke and the guards. He took the projectile. For me, Eric's grip tightened on his rifle. A ploy. Humans regenerate tissue, or so their embassy claims. He fired first, then staged. Enough. Kethra Va met his gaze. Her crest flared dominance yellow. Savale, your levers pull at ghosts. Erix, your protocols blind you. This human shielded me before your boots hit stone. Rourke met her eyes. No plea. Just a nod. Queen's safe. That's the job. She turned to the squad. Uncuff him. He is my shield. Personal oath. Mine alone. Murmurs rippled. Erix's jaw clenched. Savale steepled his claws.
Majesty, the court will demand inquiry.
A human with the killer's face. Demands wait. Kethra Va snapped. Miran, summon medics. Human protocols. Miran nodded, tapping her comm. She glanced at Rourke. Sergeant, your wound. Pressure here. Her fingers guided his hand, bridging the gap. Guards parted reluctantly. Rourke sagged against the wall as cuffs released. He rolled his shoulder, testing. Grimaced once. Straightened. Kethra Va watched him. Humans moved through pain like it was fog. No hiss, no sway. Medics arrived. Two Vexari with human-compatible kits. They swarmed Rourke. He directed them. Entry here. Exit clean. No vitals hit. Erix hovered. We sweep the tower. If he's clean, Majesty.
He is.
Kethra Va cut him off. She stepped closer to Rourke. Touched his arm. Warm. Solid. Why step in? You had seconds. Rourke shrugged, wincing. Saw the glint. Off your 6. Standard intercept. Standard? Miran echoed, eyes wide. Our guards signal first. Coordinate. He glanced at her. No time. Queen first. Savale cleared his throat. Intriguing loyalty. Yet the face. Kethra Va whirled. The face saved me. Yours plots and whispers. Savale's scales paled.
Majesty?
She ignored him, turned back to Rourke. You stay. At my side. Court be damned. Irix barked orders. His team dragged a limp form from the East Tower shadows, a cloaked Vexari, bolt pistol smoking. Assassin secured. One of ours. Kethra tensed, internal. Betrayal, as her instinct screamed. Rourke pushed upright. Interrogate fast. Accomplices. Medics sealed his wound with synth skin. He flexed his fingers. Ready, Mirren leaned in. Sergeant, you're kind. You don't hesitate. Like the old tales. He grunted. Training. Kethra Va felt the shift. The court watched. Whispers of King's face twisted to suspicion. But she saw truth in action. Protection arrived first. Explanations trailed. Chancellor. She faced Savail. Convene the chamber at dawn. Full account. He bowed. Eyes flicking to Rourke. As you command. But the icon changes nothing. She gestured Rourke forward. Shield, with me. He fell in step. A pace behind. Eyes scanning halls as they descended. Mirren followed. Majesty. The human's embassy will verify his identity. Patterns match no duplicates. Good. Kethra Va nodded. Her hand brushed his sleeve again. Unseen. Captain Irix resents your methods. Prove him wrong. Rourke's voice rumbled low. Won't need to. You point threats. I handle. In her chambers, guards posted outside. Kethra Va dismissed all but him. Door sealed. She faced him. Sit. Wound check. He perched on the edge of a bench, peeled back the synth skin. Clean. Fine, ma'am. Her claws traced the edge. Precise. Duty-bound, yet fascination stirred. Humans' blurred lines. Ordinary moves. Extraordinary. Why me, she asked. Your detail. Simple. No flattery. No scheme. Trust flickered. Born in the intercept. Before words, a chime. Mirren's voice filtered. Majesty, Savile requests audience. Urgent. Kethra Va straightened. Admit. Savile entered, flanked by Irix. Faces grim. The assassin confessed. Chancellor ordered. Her crest flared rage red. Savile's eyes widened. Rourke shifted. Hand near his holster. Silent readiness. You? Kethra Va breathed. Savile drew a blade. Lunged. Rourke exploded up. Tackled him mid-stride. Pinned him face down. Knee in back. Irix froze. Rifle half raised. Stand down. Kethra Va ordered Irix. He's mine. Irix lowered it. Called reinforcements. Savile thrashed. The throne weakens under aliens. Humans taint. Rourke zip-tied his wrists. Tight. Efficient. Kethra Va knelt. Met Savile's glare. Your levers snapped. Mirren burst in. Conf Kethra Va gripped Rourke's arm. Marched him down the corridor. Palace guards lined the walls. Rifles trained. Whispers hissed like steam vents. Imposter! Captain Irix snarled from the front. Human skin suit. Chancellor unmasked the plot. Your plot. Rourke matched her stride. Silent. Eyes scanned arches overhead. Her crest pulsed orange. Alert. Savale's blade still warmed her memory. Rourke's tackle saved her. Now they dragged him to the truth auditor. Proof, or purge. Doors hissed open. The chamber gleamed sterile white. Hollow scanners hummed. Court clustered at the edges. Nobles. Aides. Mirren wide-eyed in the back. Irix shoved Rourke toward the audit pedestal. State your lineage. Logs. Now, Rourke planted his boots. Voice steady. Sergeant Thomas Rourke, Terran Marine Corps, Serial H. 47K9. Alpha. Assigned to Kethra Va's detail via Alliance Protocol 19B, Cycle 47. Rotation. Palace Perimeter, Days 1, 9-0. Logs. Intercept drill. Throne Room. 0400 yesterday. Neutralized shadow drone incursion. Scanner's word. Beam stabbed his face. Hands. Torso. Kethra Va watched his pulse. Even. No flinch. Recite patrol codes, Irix demanded. Claws tapped console. Rourke rattled them off. Echo. 7 to Bravo. 1, 2. Shift handoff. 0600. Verified by your lieutenant. Vorn. Armory check-in. 0550. Sidearm logged as K9 pulse rifle. Serial 3342. Irix's frills flattened. Weapons protocol. Disarm him. Rourke unholstered smooth. Placed rifle on the tray. Sidearm next. Knife. Grenades. Each clicked into scan locks. Standard loadout. Check seals. Trays slid into analyzers. Green lights bloomed. No anomalies. HFY stepped forward. Biometrics. Full sweep. Irix sneered. Already running, Majesty. DNA. Neural print. Bone lattice. If he's a Savile puppet. Alarms pinged. Red flashed, then cleared. Irix froze. Match. Terran baseline. No synth fibers. No overrides. Court murmured. A noble hissed. Impossible. Humans don't embed here untracked. Rourke met her gaze. Calm. Ma'am. Routine. Cleared. Next. Her claws flexed. Trust tugged deeper. He recited like breathing. Protected without pause. Now questions clawed her court. Throne room breach, she said. Savile confessed your infiltration. Redraw security. Prove loyalty. Rourke nodded. Pulled a holopad from his vest. Flicked it active. Palace blueprint spun in air. Guards leaned in.
Current arcs.
His finger traced red lines. Overlapped here. Blind spotted Dea's flank. Your route. He blocked the gold path to her throne. Exposed. Assassin's funnel. Irix barked. Our protocols held for cycles. Rourke. Overlaid blue. New arcs swept clean. Human standard. Crossfire zones. Egress blocks. Your snipers cover highs. We hold lows. HFY traced the block on her usual path. A side corridor snaked safer. Her crest warmed yellow. Fascination. Humans saw angles aliens missed. Lockdown drill, Rourke said. Test it. Irix bristled. You presume? Now. Her voice cut steel. Alarms whooped. Bulkheads slammed. Guards snapped to posts. Rourke's blueprint pulsed live. Drones zipped. Mapping flows. A sim drone darted from vent. Mock assassin. Irix's rifle tracked slow. Rourke's hand blurred. Pulse dart. From his gauntlet. Drone sparked. Dropped. Flank cleared. Court, gasped. Mirren whispered to a noble. See? Patterns. HFY felt the shift. Whispers turned curious. Irix's frills drooped. Reset, she ordered. Bulkheads whirred open. Rourke pocketed the pad.
Arcs hold. Your call.
Irix scanned results. Growled. Efficiency up 27%. But trust? He pinned the Chancellor like prey. He pinned the traitor. HFY faced the court. Savile lunged. Rourke acted, before my word. A noble stepped forward. Crest low. Majesty, humans blur loyalties. What if? Rourke shifted. Positioned between her and the noble. Subtle. Hand near holster. Her pulse synced to his calm. Protection first. Explanations trailed. Mirren, she said. Translate his logs to full court. Public audit. Mirren nodded. Fingers flew on her tablet. Holo logs projected. Patrols. Drills. No gaps. Irix crossed arms. One scan proves nothing. Run neural deep probe. Rourke tilted head. Negative. Alliance charter blocks invasive neural on active duty. Irix lunged at console. Overrode. HFY raised claw. Stand down, Captain. Probe beam lanced. Rourke stood rigid. Eyes forward. Scans crawled. Synapses firing normal. Memories flashed public. Patrols. Intercepts. Private locked black. Clear. Machine intoned. No coercion markers. Court fell silent. Noble's crests shifted green. Approval. Yet Irix persisted. His habits. Too capable. Ordinary humans don't. Ordinary saved me. HFY met Rourke's eyes, twice. He dipped chin. No boast. Just duty. Mirren sidled close. Whispered. Majesty, patterns align. His checklists predicted Savile. Cultural bridge. Humans trust routines over instincts. HFY nodded. Claws brushed his sleeve again. Seen this time. Court noted. Reinstate detail, she declared. Rourke commands mixed squads. Irix, integrate. Irix bowed stiff. As ordered. Rourke exhaled. First crack in calm. Squad briefs at 0800. Approved. She turned to Court. Dismissed. Rebuild arcs. Nobles filed out. Whispers buzzed approval. Mirren lingered. Eyes bright on Rourke. Corridor cleared. HFY faced him. You blocked my path. Safer route. He pointed. Dais exposed. Fascination bloomed. Humans rewrote safety without fanfare. Trust solidified. Action first. A chime pierced. Mirren's voice. Majesty. Incoming transmission. Alliance fleet. Urgent recall on Saval's networks. HFY tensed. Rourke's hand hovered holster. Ready. Trace it, she said. But the hollow flickered. A face emerged. Not Alliance. A shadowed rival lord. HFY. Your human toy breaks nothing. My blades come next. Her crest flared red. Rourke stepped forward. Blueprint already spinning. Lockdown primed. Rourke. Stand down. HFY sharpened her voice. The procession proceeds. Unarmored. Traditional. He planted feet wide. Eyes scanned the corridor arches. Threat active, Majesty. Rival lord's blades inbound. Protocol bends. Irix bristled beside her. Crest ridges spiked orange. Human oversteps. Again. Mirren tugged her sleeve. Whispered fast. His scans match patterns. Human. Preparation. Not defiance. HFY waved them silent. Chimes echoed from the grand hall. Nobles gathered for the unity ceremony. Arcs demanded vulnerability. Blades sheathed. No shields. Tradition sealed alliances. She straightened her crest. Duty pulled harder than fear. Rourke stepped closer, voice low. Decoys. Position attendants as doubles. I lead formation shift. Blasphemy. Irix drew blade half out. Formation sacred. Human alters it. Court executes. Her claws flexed. Rourke's calm, unnerved. Humans rewrote rules mid-stride. No panic. Just adaptation. Approved, she said, quietly. Rourke nodded once. Moved. Servants scattered at his gesture. Mirren herded 3 attendants forward. Clad them in shimmer veils mimicking royal hues. Identical crests pinned. Rourke drilled positions. You two, flank left, mirror her gait. Slow breaths. Attendants mimicked. Stumbled once. Rourke adjusted grips, no words wasted. Irix hissed. This insults ancestors. HFY watched Rourke's hands. Precise, like threading a hive web. Humans called it drill. Aliens saw sorcery. Chancellor Savael swept in. Robes, flawless. Majesty, procession forms. Alliances falter on delay. Formed. She rose. Crest locked gold. Lead on. Grand doors parted. Sun spears lanced the plaza. Thousands lined Crystal Avenues. Chants rose. Unity. Renewal. Rourke flanked her right. Unarmored per right, but his frame screamed shield. Muscles coiled under skin suit. Ordinary to humans. Monstrous to her eyes. Decoys slotted seamless. Mirren third from core. Attendant twins blurred the line. Irix marched left. Jaw clenched. Crowd crests waved blue. Approval swelled. Halfway down avenue, air shifted. Rourke's hand twitched. Contact. Blades flashed from vendor stalls. 5 figures lunged. Cloaks shed. Razors arced for royal core. Screams erupted. First blade team hit decoys. Veils shredded. Attendants crumpled. Unharmed. Veiled pouches bursting die packs. Red bloomed false blood. Rourke surged. Tackled second assassin mid-leap. Human mass crushed carapace. Blade skittered. Irix parried third. His strike clean, but slow. Alien precision met human speed. HFY dropped low. Claws raked stone for grip. Heart thundered. Fourth assassin vaulted rail. Aimed true. Her throat. Rourke released his pen. Launched. Caught wrist midair. Twisted. Snap. Assassin howled. Dropped. Fifth circled Mirren. She dodged. Curious eyes now steel. Flung translation slate. Cracked skull plate. Irix finished his. Stabbed clean. Plaza guards swarmed. Nets deployed. Assassins bound. Silence crashed. Crowd crests flared red, then green. Roars built. Rourke hauled her up. Hand steady on elbow. No words. Scanned horizons. She met his gaze. Trust locked. Action proved. Court nobles rushed forward. Saval first. face pale. Majesty. Breach. Victory. HFY stood tall. Voice carried. Rourke's decoys drew blades. Tradition holds. Human guards it. Irix knelt. Submitted blade. Instinct failed. His saw first. Mirren grinned. Wiped eye from cheek. Patterns predicted. Humans checklist ambushes. Savale bowed low. Court convenes judgment. Protocol broken. Execution. No. HFY cut air with claw. I accept breach. Publicly. Rourke commands all processions henceforth. Nobles murmured. Crests shifted green. Savale's eyes narrowed, but bowed. Rourke dipped chin. Squad rotates. No repeats. Crowd chanted her name. Unity sealed in blood dye. Back in hall. Irix saluted Rourke. Stiff. Teach formation. Brief at 0800. Rourke's calm held. Mirren sidled close. Human. Ordinary. Terrifying. Fascinating. HFY brushed his sleeve. Claws lingered. Protection arrived first. Explanations trailed. Bond tightened. A runner burst in.
Majesty. Rival Lord's fleet. Jump system breach.
Inbound. Rourke's hand dropped to holster. Lockdown, now. Her crest flared. Trust. Demanded more. Rourke barked orders. Mixed squads formed ranks. Irix integrated seamless now. Human drills meshed alien precision. HFY paced dais. Holomaps flickered. Rivals' ships dotted void. Saval's networks traced origin. Betrayal confirmed. Shields up, she commanded. Rourke nodded. Decoy beacons deploy. Draw fire. Mirren plotted vectors. Alliance recall faked. His play. Savale hovered. Diplomatic channels. War channels. HFY silenced him. Assault shuttles. Screamed atmosphere. Blades dropped prior. Fleet followed. Rourke positioned her in core vault. Stay. He charged line. Squads flanked. Human shotgun boomed. Alien lances hummed. First shuttle cracked. Wreckage rained. Irix covered flank. Your instinct. Teach. Pattern recognition. Rourke reloaded. Calm fire. Shuttles breached perimeter. Troops poured. HFY gripped console. Watched feeds. Rourke wove chaos. Tackled rival captain. Disarmed. Bound. Squads mopped remnants. Fleet retreated. Beacons fooled. Hall cleared. Rourke returned. Dust-caked. Dust-caked. Unscathed. Secure. He said. She rose. Claws on his arm.
You rewrite survival.
He shrugged. Duty. Mirren clapped. Cross-species win. Irix bowed. Trust earned. Savale slipped out. Eyes shadowed. HFY noted. Another pattern. Night fell. Private chambers. Rourke stood post. She approached. Relief inbound. His eyes softened. Human warmth pierced alien chill. Claws traced his sleeve. Intimate gesture. Unspoken. Trust bloomed. Protection. First. Chime pierced. Mirren's voice. Majesty. Savale's comms. Alliance override.
He's the source.
Rourke's hand hovered. Ready. Betrayal unveiled. Action called. Dawn broke. Court assembled. Savale chained center. Crest wilted. Chancellor, HFY intoned. Your networks fed the rival. He sneered. Human corrupts. Palace falls to primitives. Rourke stepped forward. Evidence slate projected. Traces irrefutable. Irix growled. Traitor. Nobles' crests locked red. Savea lunged. Hidden blade. Rourke intercepted. Wrist snapped. Again. Court gasped, then cheered. Execute, she declared. Blade fell. Clean. Mirren whispered. Patterns close. Loyalty holds. HFY faced Rourke. Public now. Sergeant. Thomas Rourke. Commandant of Arcs. He saluted. Humble dip. Crests blazed gold. Unity true. Corridor later. Private. You blocked paths. Broke rights. Saved all. Duty. Majesty. Claws gripped forearm. Firm. Cross-species bond sealed. Fascination deepened. Human ordinary. Extraordinary shield. Alliance fleet hailed. True this time. Peace beckoned, but Rourke scanned horizons. Always ready. Trust eternal. Protection first. Chancellor Savael, you will debrief me alone. Oath seals now. Kethra Va slammed her crest flat against the dais. The court froze. Savael's frills quivered. He bowed low, as Majesty commands. She led him through the antechamber doors. Heavy slabs hissed shut. Oath seals glowed blue on the panels. No signals in or out. Savael's eyes darted. She noted it. Pattern 1. Your network's flagged alliance overrides last cycle, she said. Claws tapped the interrogation slate. Explain. Savael straightened his robes. Polished calm returned. Routine probes, Majesty. Rival clans test our shields. I contained them. She leaned forward, crest pulsed yellow. Query. Contained how? Logs show gaps. Human interference, he said. Voice smooth. Stead. Rourke's patrols disrupted relays. Primitives middle. Kethra Va filed it. Pattern 2. Dismissal of the human. Rourke waited outside. Her chosen shield. Court whispers called him imposter. Too calm. Too capable. She trusted actions over words. Debrief dragged. Savael spun webs of admin detail. She probed. He evaded. Finally, seals chimed. Session end. You are dismissed. Under watch. He bowed. Frills tight. Slipped out. Kethra Va emerged. Court nobles clustered in the antechamber. Laughter echoed. Captain Eirik stood, arms crossed. Acolyte Mirren hovered near Rourke. Rourke knelt by a pillar. He strung thin wire across a doorway, low, ankle height. Tied empty ration tins to ends. Clinked softly as he tested. Nearby, he wedged metal clips under rugs, connected to more string, pulled taut. Eirik snorted. Human toys. String and scrap. Our sensors cover every angle. A noble's crest flared orange. Amusement.
He mimics vermin traps.
Pallas laughs. Mirren tilted her head. Human ingenuity. And simple. Effective. Rourke ignored them. Finished third line. Sprinkled flour dust on floor tiles. Footprints would show. Stood. Brushed hands. Done, Majesty. Kethra Va watched. His movements precise. No waste. Humans called it ordinary. To her, it screamed readiness. Explain. Triple arms, he said. Voice even. Noisemakers. Visual trails. Buys time if lights fail. Court jeered louder. Lights fail? Our grids never. She silenced them with a crest flare. Read command. Post here, Sergeant Rourke. Court dismissed till dawn. Nobles filed out. Chuckles lingered. Eric's shot Rourke a glare. Mirren lingered. Patterns in dust. Clever. Darkness fell. Palace dimmed to night cycle. Kethra Va retreated to her chambers. Anti-doors sealed behind Rourke. She paced. Savael's words gnawed. Gaps in logs. Human blame. Footsteps outside. Soft. Rourke's post. Steady. Chime pierced quiet. Mirren's voice over private calm. Majesty. Savil's quarters. Unsealed access. Odd. Kethra Va strode to the viewport. And, chamber dark. Rourke. A shadow. Still. Then, twang. Tins rattled. Sharp clatter echoed. Flour dust swirled in low light. Footsteps scrambled. Rourke moved. Blur. No shout. He lunged low. Pinned a cloaked figure. Knee on back. Arm twisted. Knife skittered across tiles. Assassin hissed. Claws slashed air. Rourke dodged. Applied pressure. Wrist locked. No break. Just control. Kethra Va burst through doors. Lights flared. Court guards piled in behind Eric's. Mirren clutched her slate. Secure him, she ordered. Rourke hauled the attacker up. Zip ties from his belt snapped on. Assassin spat. Savael sends greetings, Eric's growled. Drew blade. Lethal force? No, Kethra said. Pressed locked blue. Focus. She gripped the assassin's jaw. Forced eye contact. Source code. Now, he laughed. Wet rasp. Rival claims you. She twisted. Pain point. Alien nerve cluster. He buckled. Grid 972. Dockhold. Fleet inbound. Truth. She read it in crest collapse. Gray defeat. Captain Irix. Seal Palace. Mirren. Trace code. Kethra Va turned to Rourke. His chest rose steady. No sweat. Knife at his feet. Untouched. Court. Stared. No laughs now. Crests shifted. Gold flecks. Respect. You saw first, she said. Dust, Prince, he replied. Simple. Duty. Irix knelt by traps. Touched wire. Effective. Mirren nodded. Human normal. Alien extraordinary. HFY, signaled Rourke. Private alcove. Away from eyes. Your traps saved us. He shrugged. Standard patrol prep. She traced claws along his arm guard. Intimate. Unspoken thanks. His eyes met hers. Softened. Human warmth cut her chill. Trust rooted deep. Protection arrived first. Explanations followed. Rest, she said. Relief inbound. Claws lingered. Bond tightened. Cross species. Real. Mirren approached. Slate glowed. Code confirmed. Night raid viable. Dockhold. 2 marks out. HFY nodded. Assemble strike team. Irix leads. Rourke with me. Irix stiffened. Majesty. Human instincts complement yours. Collaboration.
He bowed.
Crest dipped. Acceptance. Assassin dragged away. Surveil's name hung heavy. Patterns aligned. Chancellor watched too close. HFY faced Rourke. We raid at midnight. Your traps stay. Affirmative. She watched him check wires. Tins reset. Flour resprinkled. Palace hummed. Tension coiled. Hours ticked. Team gathered in shadows. Irix's elites. Mirren's intel feed. Rourke's quiet gear check. Shuttle slipped from Palace bays. Nightcloak engaged. Docks loomed. Grid. 9. 7. 2. Irix signaled drop. Boots hit plasteel. Silent. Rourke flanked her. Sensed threats, she calculated. Contact. Guards down. Stunners hummed. Hold breached. Crates stacked. Comms array pulsed. Alliance override tech. Surveil's agents scrambled. Blasters flashed. Rourke shoved her aside. Took hit on shoulder plate. Returned fire. Precise bursts. 2 down. Irix charged. Claws raked. Third fell. HFY seized console. Purged codes. Fleet signal jammed. Mirren whispered over comm. Chancellor's seal on crates. Proof. Raid complete. Shuttles extracted. Palace awaited. Dawn neared. HFY debriefed court. Evidence slates projected. Surveil's frills wilted on hollow capture. Chancellor summoned. Chain center dais. Your networks fed rivals. He sneered. Human taint. Palace to primitives. Rourke stepped forward. Slate traces irrefutable. Irix growled. Traitor. Surveil lunged. Hidden blade gleamed. Rourke intercepted. Wrist snapped clean. Blade clattered. Court gasped. Cheers erupted. Crests blazed gold. Execute, HFY declared. Blade fell. Justice swift. Mirren leaned close. Patterns closed. Loyalty endures. HFY turned to Rourke. Public gaze. Sard.
Thomas Rourke, Commandant of Arcs.
He saluted. Humble nod. Unity sealed. Corridor later. Private. Her claws gripped his forearm.
Firm.
You blocked paths. Broke rights. Saved us. Duty. Majesty. Fascination burned. Human ordinary. Extraordinary shield. Alliance fleet hailed. True signals. Peace dawned. Rourke scanned horizons. Always vigilant. Trust eternal. Protection first. HFY raised her claw from the dais. Sergeant. Thomas Rourke. Join me at the high table.
Share the royal meal.
The court frills stiffened. Whispers rippled through the vaulted hall. Crystal goblets gleamed under arc lamps. Irix's mandibles clicked in disapproval. Chancellor Surveil's absence left a void. But his allies lingered. Eyes fixed on the human. Rourke saluted. Crisp. He strode forward. Palace guards parted. His boots echoed on marble. No hesitation. He took the seat beside her throne carver, exactly as protocol demanded. HFY watched him. Precise. Duty-bound. The raid's echo still hummed in her scales. Surveil's blade intercepted. His networks purged. Rourke's shoulder plate scarred from that blaster hit. Yet he stood, unscathed. Ordinary human habits. Terrifying to her kind. Servitors wheeled in platters. Steaming helix fruits, spiced nectar gels. Venom-tipped skewers per table law. Each guest lifted their share in sequence. Rourke mirrored her. Claw to fork. No deviation. Court crests flickered gold. Approval edged suspicion. Mirren hovered at her flank. Acolyte's robes whispered. They test him, Majesty. Watch the pores. The toast commenced. High Warden Erix stood first. To unity, purged of taint. Goblets filled from the royal ewer, silver liquid swirled, one drop too viscous in hers. HFY scented it, faint chem burn, paralytic, slow acting. Her frills quivered. Rourke lifted his cup, matched her motion, paused. His eyes flicked to the ewer. No word. He rotated the goblet base out, exposed the seal. Table law invoked, refusal without insult. Pure ritual. His fingers steady, cup lowered untouched. Court gasped, frills flared crimson. Erix leaned forward. Human defies custom. HFY signaled silence. He upholds it. Exactly. Rourke set the cup aside, pushed a helix fruit toward her plate. Shared portion. Eyes scanned the hall, calm, vigilant. Mirren moved like shadow, slipped behind the servitor line, exchanged 2 cups in a blur, handed the tampered one to HFY under cloak. Residue vial followed. Confirmed, Majesty. Surveil's chemprint. From his old vaults, HFY crushed the vial. Shard glittered, proof burned in her grip. She rose, voice cut the murmurs. This court attempts my life. Again, Sergeant Rourke detected it first, without breach of right. Eyes locked on him. Alien stares. Human sat, unmoved. Fork paused midair. From this dawn, HFY declared, Sagi. Tomas Rourke commands palace security. Over Captain Erix. All protocols bend to his lead. Erix slammed his podium. Claws gouged crystal. Impossible. Human instincts, primitives over Ark's tradition. Crests blazed. Half the hall echoed agreement. Traitor's pet, one lord hissed, impersonator in guard's hide. Rourke didn't flinch, stood, saluted her alone. As you command, Majesty. HFY gripped his forearm, firm. Public. Her claws dimpled his sleeve. Contact sealed trust. He blocked blades, purged fleets. Now he shields us all. Mirren whispered close. Backlash bruise. Erix rallies the old guard. The meal shattered. Lord stormed out. Erix glared daggers. Rourke flanked her descent. Scanned exits. Hand near holster. Corridor sealed behind. Private antechamber. HFY turned.
You saw the chem. How?
Rourke shrugged. Shoulder plate creaked. Glint in the pore. Viscosity wrong. Trained for it. Her frills pulsed fascination. Human ordinary. Extraordinary. Aliens calculated threats in layers. He sensed them raw. Court calls you false. Impersonator. Duty isn't titles. He checked his comm. Perimeter secure? She nodded. Claws flexed. Protection arrived before words. Trust rooted deep. Erix resists. Watch him. Mirren entered. Slate in claw. Logs tampered. Security overrides attempted. Erix's codes. HFY seized it. Traces glowed. Fresh. Summon him. Erix burst in. Mandibles flared. This farce ends. Human commands nothing. Rourke stepped between. Calm block. Stand down, Captain. Erix lunged. Claws slashed air. Rourke sidestepped. Grabbed wrist. Twisted. Pin precise. No excess force. Erix snarled on the floor. HFY loomed. Your logs betray you? Surveil's echo? Erix spat. Survival. Humans corrupt. You'll fall. She signaled guards. Confine him. Full probe. Rourke released. Erix dragged away. Defiance unbroken. Mirren sealed the door. Patterns shift, Majesty. More allies lurk. HFY faced Rourke. Forearm grip returned. Private now. You refuse poison. Command without boast. Why? Protect first. His eyes met hers. Steady. Explanations later. Fascination ignited. Cross-species bond. Her claw lingered. Intimate pressure. Human shield. Alien reliance. Alarms blared. Perimeter breach. Outer gates. Rourke drew sidearm. On me. She followed. Trust pulled her forward. Hall cleared fast. Lords scattered to chambers. Servitors froze mid-task. HFY strode high dais. Rourke at her side. His presence parted the crowd like a blade. They reached the table. Platters untouched, save helix fruits. Her cup sat isolated. Rourke's beside it. Both sealed now. Erix's voice boomed from podium. Majesty, reconsider. Human refusal insults our rights. Insult saves lives. HFY lifted her voice. Witness. Mirren darted forward. Swapped cups seamless. Tested residue on slate. Paralytic. Lethal dose. Sabael's signature chem. Gasps rippled. Crests shifted from crimson to amber. Doubt cracked. HFY crushed the proof vial publicly. Shards scattered. Betrayal persists. Rourke commands security. Obey or join Sabael. Backlash erupted. Erix rallied whispers. Primitives, no Ark's honor. Rourke scanned faces. Hand hovered holster. Calm, anchor, antechamber later. Tension coiled. HFY paced. Elevate you fully. Palace bows. Rourke nodded. Team, not solo. Erix has skills. Humble. Collaborative. Her frills warmed. Agreed. Mirren burst in. Erix's vault accessed. Weapons cache. Action snapped. Rourke led charge. Corridors blurred. HFY matched stride. Claws ready. Vault door buckled. Under his breacher. Inside. Stunners. Blades. Crates stamped Sabael. Erix cornered. Guards flanked him. Stand down. He whirled. Blaster drawn. Fired wild. Rourke shoved HFY clear. Returned precise bursts. Erix dropped. Stunned clean. Court arrived. Witnesses gaped. Human normal. Dodge. Fire. Protect. HFY stood tall. Rourke leads. Loyalty proven. Cheers swelled. Crests gold. Trust forged in refusal. Protection first. Pride at wing. Dawn light filtered. HFY gripped his arm. Lingered. You refuse without insult. Save without pause. Duty. His smile faint. Human warmth. Mirren smiled sly. Bond strengthens. Alarms hummed faint. New signal. Outer breach? Rourke tensed. Check it. She nodded. Together. Shield eternal. Betrayal's shadow lingered. Erix's probe revealed networks. Deeper. Rivals beyond palace. HFY slammed the lift controls. The platform plunged into the underlevels, gears grinding against stone. Rourke braced beside her, shotgun slung low. Mirren clutched a data slate, frills flickering in the dim glow. Highness. Halt. Captain Erix's voice crackled over comms. Boots pounded above, underlevels unsecured. Humans blind down there. She ignored him. The lift jolted to a stop at subdeck 12. Damp air rushed in, thick with rust and machine oil. Rourke stepped out first, flashlight sweeping tunnels that branched like veins. Traitor signal from here, HFY said. Her claws clicked on metal grates. Sabael's network runs deep. We end it now. Mirren nodded, scanning readouts. Probes confirm. 3 heat signatures ahead. Erix burst from a side shaft flanked by 2 guards. Blasters leveled. Stand down, Monarch. Protocol demands full escort. Rourke shifted, blocking her view of Erix. His hand rested on his pistol, casual. Captain.
Step aside.
Erix's crest flared red. You? A flat worlder? Navigating by guess? HFY pushed past. He saved my life twice. You question after the vault. Erix snarled. Luck, not skill. Arcs mapped these levels in utero. Rourke met his gaze. No flinch. Your maps, Miss Echoes. Airflow, let's move. She chose Rourke. They pressed on, leaving Erix cursing. Tunnels narrowed. Pipes hissed steam. HFY tasted salt on her tongue. Sweat from exertion, not fear. Rourke paused at a junction. No light. He closed his eyes. Listened. Left, he said. Hear that? Fans cycling every 12 seconds. She strained. Faint. Whoosh. Yes. Subtle. Her people used beacons. He used nothing. Mirren whispered. Human ears catch harmonics we filter. They ducked into the maze. Grates rattled underfoot. Rourke counted paces aloud. 118. Airflow shifts port. Steady. HFY followed his rhythm. Precise. Unerring. No scanner, just breath and steps. Her frills relaxed against her will. Trust seeped in, unasked. A grate clanged ahead. Too loud. Rourke yanked her back into shadow. Company. Blaster fire scorched the wall. Surveil's loyalists. 4 crests. Scarred. Eyes wild. "For the Chancellor!" bolts whined past. Kethrava drew her sidearm. Fired back. One dropped, clutching thigh. Rourke rolled low. Pumped his shotgun. Boom. Buckshot shredded armor. Another loyalist spun. Screaming, "Flank left!" she ordered. Mirren hurled a stun grenade. Flashbang echoed. But the leader charged. Blade high. Rourke met him. Grabbed the wrist. Twisted. Bones snapped. Human strength. Casual. He shoved the loyalist into pipes. Steam burst, scalding flesh. Last 2 fired wildly. Kethrava dove. A bolt grazed her shoulder plate. Pain flared. Hot. Rourke was there. Tackled her behind a bulkhead. Returned fire over his shoulder. Precise. 2 headshots. Bodies slumped. Silence fell. Only drips and his steady breath. "You're hit," he said. Checked her armor. Fingers gentle on the dent. "Minor." She stood. Watched him reload. No boast, just duty. Mirren emerged. Slate. Trembling. More coming. Surveil's core group. Rourke scanned. Pointed to a service hatch, knee-high.
There, crawl space to auxiliary lift.
Kethrava hesitated. Arcs loathed tight confines. Claustrophobia etched in evolution. He pried it open. Cool draft wafted. Air's moving up. Counts to 28 seconds per cycle. Safe. She crawled in first. Body scraped metal. Heart raced. His light followed. Voice calm. Easy. Match my pace. 1, 2, 3. Tunnel squeezed. Pipes brushed her crest. Panic clawed. But his counting anchored. Steady. Human normal. They emerged into a dim chamber. Rourke boosted her out. Mirren last. Alarms wailed anew. Conspirators closed in. Echoes from all sides. Kethrava activated her royal beacon. Broadcast pierced the levels. Surveil's pawns. I challenge you here, in the depths. Strike now. Or crawl, forever in shame. Static hissed, then voices. She's trapped for the true order. Footsteps thundered. Blasters charged. Rourke barricaded the hatch. Buy time. Mirren jammed their comms. Mirren tapped furiously. Signal scrambled. Kethrava raised her weapon. Shoulder throbbed, but resolve burned. They come, we hold. First loyalists breached a side vent. 5 strong, armored heavy. Led one roared. No human saves you. Rourke fired first. Shotgun barked. Front line shredded. They returned fire. Bolts ricocheted. Kethrava picked off a flank. Precise shots. Years of training. But numbers pressed. A grenade arced in. Rourke lunged. Kicked it back. Explosion rocked the tunnel. Shrapnel pinged. He bled from a gash on his arm. Ignored it. Pumped another round. Mirren yelped as a bolt singed her frills. Dove for cover. Kethrava covered her. Fired. Downed the thrower. Loyalists faltered. Whispers spread. The human. Impossible. Rourke glanced back. Lift cycle starts. 9 seconds. She nodded. Trust absolute now. No words needed. They fell back as one. Rourke laid suppressive fire. Buckshot hailed. Into the lift shaft, emergency rungs gleamed. Claws gripped. Rourke hauled Mirren up first. Then, her. Below, loyalists swarmed. Blasts chased them. Halfway up, the leader appeared. Grappled a rung. Blaster aimed. Rourke dropped a flashbang. Blinded him. Then stomped the hand. Loyalist plummeted. Scream fading. They reached the access door. Kethrava kicked it open. Palace corridors beyond. Safe, but echoes pursued. More voices.
Seal the shaft!
Rourke sealed it from above. Leaned against the wall. Breathed deep. She gripped his shoulder. Frills gold. You navigated blind. Protected, without pause. Duty, man. His eyes crinkled. Mirren panted. Irix's forces converge. But Surveil's heart. A new calm burst. Irix's voice strained. Monarch! Loyalists in the core vault. Chancellor rallies all. Kethrava straightened. Betrayal's core pulsed deeper still. Rourke checked his mags. Ready. With me, she said. He nodded. It plunged toward the heart. Protection first, explanations later. Underground hunt, far from over. Humans counting echoed in her mind. Breath, pace, survival. But now, the final strike loomed. Savail waited. Kethrava slammed the vault door override. Metal groaned. Dim lights flickered on rows of crystal data cores pulsing in the chamber's heart. Rourke swept ahead, shotgun leveled. Clear left. Vault, sealed behind. Savail! Her voice echoed off the walls. Show yourself. Your coup ends now. Footsteps clattered from the shadows. Chancellor Savail emerged, flanked by 6 armored loyalists. His frills flared red with defiance. Captain Eric's trailed him, bound in stun cuffs, eyes burning. Monarch, Savail sneered. Your decoy coronation broadcast was clever. Palace feeds show you crowned in the Grand Hall, but we know it's a hologram trap. Drones swarm it now. She straightened. Frills locked gold. The decoy worked. Her earlier comm to Mirren had launched it. Empty throne. Royal banners. False guards. Bait to pull the coup into the open. Savail's forces bit hard. You rallied here instead. She stepped forward. Core vault. Heart of palace defenses.
You plan to lock it down?
Savail smiled. And execute you quietly. Eric's confirmed the human suspicions too late. Ah. He moves like your late king's ghost. Impossible precision. But humans impersonate. This one's no royal sworn. Rourke shifted, calm. Eyes scanned vents, door panels. No flinch. Release Eric's, she commanded. Surrender codes. Now. Loyalists raised blasters. Saville nodded. Fire. Plasma bolts lanced. Rourke shoved her aside. Dove low. His shotgun barked. Buckshot shredded the first attacker's visor. Shattered crystal sprayed. Kethrava rolled behind a data core pedestal. Heart pounded. Rourke anticipated. He knew the kill line before they fired. Containment net! Rourke roared into his comm. Irix's trap! Now! Grenades clattered from ceiling vents. Irix's design. Palace security webs. Sticky filaments exploded outward. Loyalists fired wild. Nets snared 2 mid-leap. Third tangled, clawing air. Rourke pumped shells. Double tap dropped the 4th. 5th lunged at him. Human sidestepped. Elbow cracked the alien's frill plate, followed with a knee to the throat. Loyalist crumpled. Savail backed toward the core console. Last guard shielded him. Blaster whined charge. Rourke anticipated again. He yanked a loose panel. Flung it like a disc. It spun into the guard's arm. Blaster flew wide. Rourke closed. Tackled. Pinned the alien face down. Zip ties snapped on. Nets hummed. Remaining loyalists thrashed. Webbed tight. Irix struggled free from his cuffs. Nets ignored friendlies by bioscan. Captain, Kethrava said. Secure them. Irix nodded stiffly. Hauled Savail up. Chancellor, you overreached. Savail spat.
The human! He predicted every move!
No native could. He's an imposter, King's tech in human skin. She crossed to the console. Tapped Royal Override. Holofeed sprang up. Mirren's voice patched in. Monarch. Evidence packet sent. Assassins' comma logs. Savail's bribes to off-world arms dealers. Logs scrolled. Timestamps matched the coup signals. Proof irrefutable. Kethrava faced Savail. Frills iced blue. Judgment color. You poisoned my attendants. Armed rebels in my halls. Sold defense codes for power. Savail's eyes widened. The human fabricated. Silence. She activated the strip code. His chancellor's seal dissolved from his armor. Rank revoked. Palace AIs logged it eternal. Exile. Irix. Escort him to the gates. No trial. Mercy enough. Irix dragged him out. Loyalists followed in nets, cursing. Vault. Fell quiet. Rourke reloaded. Checked her for wounds.
Thumb up! All good, ma'am.
She gripped his arm. Human skin warm under synth suit. Steady pulse. No boasts. Just action. Mirren burst in. Robes askew. Decoy held. Drones captured 20 more. Court watches the feeds. Your triumph. Kethrava nodded. Trust sealed in blood and buckshot. Rourke protected first. Explained nothing. Her court whispered of ghosts. They got this human instead. Captain Irix returns, Mirren said. He concedes your guard's instincts. Irix re-entered. Bowed low. Monarch. The human's anticipation saved us. My nets worked because he called them. Rourke shrugged. Team effort. She turned to him. Palace traditions demanded this now. Betrayal crushed. Loyalty proven. Frills flared full gold. She drew her ceremonial blade. Touched it to his shoulder. Sergeant. Tomas Rourke. You shielded without question. Navigated blind vaults. Redirected death itself. Court aides gathered via HoloLink. Mirren translated soft clicks for him. You are my sworn protector. By blade and breath. Words ancient. Binding. His eyes crinkled, nodded. Honored, ma'am. She leaned close. Voice dropped. Only for him. In the king's name. Va Cathros. He would approve. Rourke stilled. The forbidden name. Her father's ghost, first to bond human guards. Died protecting her ascension. Understood. His voice rough. Hand covered hers on the blade. Gentle squeeze. Mirren gasped soft. Erix's frills twitched. Respect. Holocord erupted cheers. Feeds broadcast the oath. Whispers died. No imposter. True shield. But alarms blared anew. Outer gates rattled.
Exile breach, Erix barked. Surveils remnants rally transports.
Rourke checked mags. With you. She sheathed the blade. They moved as one. Protection eternal. Trust forged in fire. But shadows lingered. Surveil's off-world ties pulsed warning. Hunt continued.